Hello, I'm Kim, Rooster Rossiter, and with some of our chariots, this is Spotlight Saturday, episode 19. Hello everybody. While you're watching Spotlight Saturday, episode 19, we're up in Holland, Massachusetts. And you may ask yourself, what does Holland, Massachusetts have to do with anything concerning me? And I will tell you. It's the home of Dick and Rick Hoyt. You see, every year, Dick and Rick invite the inclusive running community from across the United States to visit them in their hometown to run in the Holland 5K to benefit a local elementary school. If you're not familiar with Dick and Rick Hoyt, let me tell you. Dick is sometimes considered the grandfather of inclusive running, with, of course, his son, Uncle Rick, being the reason why it all happened. 30 plus years ago, Rick asked his dad if he would push him in a local 5-mile race that was going to benefit a high schooler who was injured in a lacrosse game. And they went out and they did exactly that. Dick pushing his son Rick through that race, and when it was finished, Rick told his dad, "I felt when we were running as if my disability disappeared." Amazing, as that has set the course and the path for inclusive running across the nation and the world. Together they've achieved over 33 or 4 Boston marathons and have made an impact that has reached from Tokyo to Holland to Washington State, the White House Oval Office, all the way to Epcot Center. And we're grateful for them, and we're grateful for the opportunity to come to their hometown to run with them. A couple years ago, we had over 100 duo teams running in that event. And hopefully one day you too can join us in Holland for that magnificent, magnificent display of inclusion. For episode 20, Briley's going to bring to you video that she's capturing. But for now, episode 19 is going to focus on a question that we've gotten so many times from many of you. Tell us about the chariots. Tell us what each one has to offer and how we should make a decision and which one is right for our angel athlete rider. So today, we're going to dedicate episode 19 to answering that question. But before we do that, we're going to introduce to you a family from South Carolina, Michelle and her son Daniel, who we met recently and helped them through our Ainsley's Angels Freedom Chair and Hoyt Running Chair grant programs to get one of these Hoyt chairs. So, without further ado, let's take a moment and meet Michelle.
This is Daniel and I'm Michelle. We started running with Ainsley's Angels. Our first race was September of last year at the Marine Corps Half Marathon. We've been racing about I don't know how many races a year, but we've probably done about 10 so far. This is our second race today in Daniel's new Hoyt running chair, which we love. Our community worked together to help get this for Daniel through donations. Ainsley's has changed our life as far as making us an active family. We have an older son who's 21 who did soccer, and so we used to watch him do sports, and Daniel always sat on the sidelines, and now he gets to be part of something too and be an athlete and part of Ainsley's. So we're very thankful and happy to be part of this group.
Great to see both you and Daniel, Michelle, and I look forward to seeing both of you at the Sunset 5K in July down in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I'm going to have Briley put the link down there in case any rest of you want to join us. All right, everybody, you saw Daniel sitting in a Hoyt running chair, as his mom mentioned, where the community came together using the Ainsley's Angels grant program to allow us to grant that chair to Daniel. Details for that's all over our website. Briley can link that up too. So I thought I'd start with the Hoyt chair then, as the first of 3 chariots that we're going to talk today. This is the blade. Some of the best parts about the blade, or probably the biggest selling point about the blade, is it breaks down. In fact, me and Briley and Mr. Joe Opso had a chance to travel from Virginia Beach down to Baton Rouge for the Louisiana Marathon, and we got this thing to fit in a bag. So that says a lot about the engineering that went into designing this chair. Of course, it is a Hoyt running chair, which means it's got Dick and Rick's endorsement, which is a pretty big deal. Additionally, it comes with these aero bars that allow and facilitate good maneuverability. The chair itself is lightweight and aerodynamic. You can pick it up pretty good. Riding-wise, this chair can hold a rider up to about 200, 215 pounds. I weigh 225. Anything bigger than me, we need to talk about more support for this particular chair. But you can notice that the rider sits back in the chair, and you can use this 5-point harness to provide assistance. When I say break down, look, I mean, that's how fast that tire comes out. You can spin back around on this one, quick release. Each one of these tires, I mean, they break down with ease, and the actual device itself is all connected on the bottom by this seating pad that holds these two side rails in. So, again, the Blade by Hoyt Running Chairs, we can help you get your hands on one. Details are on our website. The second chair that I want to show you is the Axiom Racer III by a company in Washington State called Adaptive Star. The difference between the Axiom Racer III and any other chair really on the market is that the designers of these chairs have focused on making the chair wheelchair-like. What I mean by that is as you look at this particular chair and its setup, you'll notice that it's got wheelchair qualities. Specifically, you'll see that this headrest device is very supportive of the rider's neck, and it can control up, it can move up and down, left and right. Additionally, the rider can sit with their knees bent at many different degrees and be strapped into the chair accordingly, similar to how you might ride in a wheelchair. The other thing that this chair offers are these roll bars, which can provide another means for the rider to hold on to. Like the Hoyt chair, both the Axiom and the Blade can come with this particular device, which the front wheel comes off and this device goes onto the chair, which in turn allows it to connect to a bicycle, making these two chairs, the Blade and the Axiom, capable of being bike trailers. Another thing that the Axiom offers is this guard, which prevents dirt and debris from blowing up into the rider's face as this front wheel is moving. And the handlebar device is much different than the Blade in the sense that this device moves and can be adjustable while you're running. That is not necessarily something that benefits the rider per se, but for the runner, they can adjust this fairly easily or rely on these other apparatuses. One of the things I do want to point out is that this chair is a bit heavier. Not necessarily impacting its weight, how well it rolls, but in terms of picking it up, I can do it, but it's a little bit heavier than the Blade. So keep that in mind too. And in terms of breaking the chair down to transport, there are 4 bolts that can come out, 2 on each side, which will allow this particular piece to fold up. But again, you're going to have to break that down with a bolt as opposed to just disconnecting pieces. All right, the final chair that I want to show you is the Freedom Push Chair. This particular device is made by Advanced Mobility, and we've partnered with them to become distributors of these particular chairs for a whole bunch of different reasons. But the number one reason is because this chair is our #1 chair that we use across our ambassadorships, meaning we use it most frequently. The reason that we use it is because it can fit a multitude of different types of riders, and it's economical. These things retail at $899 plus tax and shipping. So for $1,000 you can get into this chair. Now, I've shown on our YouTube channel before how to break it down and put it back together in 1-minute clips. So Briley, we'll link those things up in the description so that you can see those if you want to see more about this chair. What are the pros of this thing? The fact that it breaks down. I mean, this is the assembled version. This on the ground here is it broken down, ready to go into your trunk. And you can even remove this wheel with ease to break it down even further. The other benefit is it's extremely durable, and it only weighs about 35 pounds. I mean, very, very durable. It fits a rider-athlete up to 200 pounds and about 5'11". So I'm 6'1", 220, and to put it into context, I could technically be pushed in this chair at 6'1". The weight that's being put on these tires, it could support it. Now, are we going to do a marathon with Rooster in the chair? Yeah. No. In fact, we're not going to run anywhere with Rooster in the chair as long as I can have it. But I will tell you that this chair is extremely durable and 200-pound capacity. Ainsley first started riding in this chair when she was 3 years old with Team Hoyt Virginia Beach, and we were able to, actually it might have been 4, but we were able to get her to fit 5-point harness and put the pillows in that allowed that to support. I hope you found this episode informative. I really am aiming to reinforce to you this. Every one of these chairs has their role and has their mission. We are partnered with Hoyt Running Chairs, Advanced Mobility, and Adaptive Star, and they are amazing partners, and we're grateful for those relationships. So don't let me come off as if I'm pushing one chair on you or another, because every single chair is available, and every single chair has something that's great about it, and every single chair has something that can fit your rider. It's a matter of figuring that out, and I'm willing to help you do that together if I haven't already given you the answer by watching this Spotlight Saturday episode. As we go off and we prepare for episode 20, I remind you again that we are going to come to you from Holland, Massachusetts next week. Riley is capturing the video, and we're really excited to show you inclusion unfolding, and grateful yet again for the invitation from Dick and Rick Hoyt. So have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we look forward to seeing you in next week's episode. Keep the questions coming.
A young angel born with wings.